Here we are, week 4, and the big question is, can this season be saved for the Raiders? I'm going to go over my 4 keys to the game, 2 on offense and 2 on defense during the preview. I'll let you know. I'll give you my take on this. Let's get right to it. Welcome back, Raider Nation and my champions. This is Eric, and we are back live this Friday evening. We're going to go over the Week 4 matchup against the Denver Broncos. We'll talk a little bit about last week's game since I wasn't here. We can even talk a little bit about the Tua incident. If you don't know, he got taken out of the game on Thursday night game. There's a whole lot more to that. I want to say hello to all of you already in TikTok, coming on in right now, and I see some people starting to come in on YouTube as well, as long as my feed is working right. I'm not so sure about that. How you guys doing tonight? I think I'm having some issues on the YouTube side tonight. It's going on and going off. So let me know once you get in the chat. Let me know what's going on your end. I see Sandy Eclectic in here. I see K Gordon 51. Few others kind of bouncing in and out. We're going to talk about week 4 here against the Broncos. Can this season be saved? That's the big question. We're 0-3. Could very well be 3-0, given what happened in those 3 games. We lost those 3 games by different reasons, but thus we're still 0-3. We got a big divisional game against the Broncos. So if you are not familiar with how we do things around here, this is how we do it. We have what we call our rundown. We have our topics that we're going to be talking about each and every live stream here. And then at the end, we're going to have a Q&A session. And you guys are going to be, hi, Gracie. How you doing? I see you in here under Sandy. So at the end, we're going to have our question and answer segment. I am hoping YouTube is actually working right now. I'm getting some error messages, but TikTok's working. So, and I'm using the same internet. I'm actually wired on the YouTube side on my laptop, not so much on my tablet here, simulcasting on TikTok. So that's a little bit weird to me. I'm not so sure if it's me or YouTube having issues right now, to be honest with you. Thanks for sharing that anyway. So we're going to go through the rundown anyway for all of you coming in. I see a couple people in on the YouTube side, so hopefully you guys are seeing this as well. So let's get right to it. The first thing we always do is check our champion count, because without you, this channel does not exist.
I hear everyone say it. Take what they give you. We're going to take what we want.
Now, as far as the counts go, I mean, I was gone a week, had a little bit of business to do. Unfortunately, couldn't go over the Titans game. Lost some subscribers actually on the YouTube side, but gained about 15 or 20 on the TikTok side. So go figure with that. I have my own opinions on that. I want to get through that right now, but I do appreciate you guys coming in here, not only on the lives right now, but even on the replay that you're watching this right now. And of course, if you are enjoying this, give it a thumbs up. And if you are liking this, why not subscribe so you can be here live if you're watching this on a rebroadcast, either the full live stream or the condensed version. And like we always do, we have a Raider poll of the week. And I kind of like these new polls now because they allow you to put some pictures down I asked, what do you think was the biggest reason the Raiders are now 0-3? Unbelievable. I don't think anybody really had us predicting that except for haters. And overwhelmingly, you guys said Josh McDaniels. Carr was second. And then who knows? I put Mark Davis in there as well because he is the owner. He's ultimately making the decisions on the personnel, and it flows down from there. I would have to say overall it's probably Josh McDaniels. I would give the first game loss and probably a good portion of the second game to Derek Carr. Last week he played pretty well. I know he had an interception, but that bounced off the hands of Waller. I'm not going to blame him for that. He played a lot better game last week. Just unfortunately, I think this was more about the coaching against the Titans. So, yeah, we're going to have to turn this thing around. Josh McDaniels did meet with Mark Davis after the game, a personal meeting. I don't know if he got chewed out or what. It's kind of being kept hush-hush. I would hope he doesn't get fired now. I mean, we've had enough turmoil. Every year it's always something. And I do not want to go through any more turmoil. I'd like to have a coach for the full year at least. Alfonso Ramirez says, be honest, bro. Do you think the Raiders are winning against the Broncos? Well, hang on. I'm going to give you my 4 keys to the game for the Raiders to win this. I'm also going to give you my prediction for the game as well. So let's get right to that right now.
The other team's quarterback must go down, and he must go down hard.
Now, we always start on the defensive side of the ball. If you're here, if you're new with us, we start first on the defensive matchup, then the offensive matchup. But before we go into that, I want to go over the final injury report. This came out Friday afternoon. And a few people are out for us. Of course, Foster Moreau with the knee injury. Hunter Renfrow still under the concussion protocol. He will not be playing this Sunday. Maybe the whole thing with Tua, we can talk about that in the question answer segment if you want. And then a couple of our corners are questionable. Rocky Sin and Sam Webb, I think they'll play, but that's a little concerning because we are thin at the position. Now, as far as the Denver Broncos go, the only significant ones I'm going to talk about, Dalton Reisner, he's questionable, but it looks like he'll play. He had full practice today. That's their starting guard. Their other starting guard, Menertz, will be out. He'll be replaced. And then DJ Jones, the nose tackle, is also questionable. Limited practice. I'm going to get to that on the offensive side of the ball. Randy Gregory had a little bit of a knee issue, but he did have a full practice this Friday, so not so worried about that. The rest of the guys are backups. So let's go over the 2 keys to the game. I always give out 2 keys to the game. And the first one, as far as the Raiders winning this game. Now, let's look at this matchup as far as the defense versus the Broncos offense. The Broncos offense has really sputtered these first 3 weeks. I know they played the Niners last week, but the other 2 weeks, Seattle, they're kind of a joke, to be honest with you. And let's see, they have 3 touchdowns total for this season in 3 games. They're the second worst scoring offense at 14.3 points per game. And they are dead last in the red zone, ironically, with a 14.3 percentage for touchdowns. So that said, they do have a lot of plays. They're in the upper half as far as plays, times of possession, things like that. So I think they're doing it much more so on the run game, and you can see that here. They're 12th right now as far as run yardage in the league, and that's going to be my first key to the game. Now, Javonte Williams is the starting. Melvin Gordon had a neck injury. It looks like he will be cleared to play. I'm going to guess this is probably going to be about a 70-30 split with Williams. So my first key to the game is we got to keep them under 100 yards combined rushing. They've had 100-yard rushing total for a team all 3 weeks, and that includes against the tough Niners run defense last week. This is a key to me. This is one of the biggest keys to the game. Especially on the defensive side, because we can't let them get going. We can't let them sustain drives and then crank out field goals. They're not too impressive as far as scoring, and I think that's going to continue, to be honest with you. And my second key to the game is going to be more overall with the defense, and I'm going to put that here. This is 3 sacks. I want to see at least 3 sacks. I want to see less than 18 first downs and no red zone touchdowns. That's totally doable in my opinion. I think the 3 sacks, where's Chandler Jones it's time to wake up at some point. Crosby's going to probably get a sack. And I want to see Bilal Nichols. I think the weakness of this offense is right here in the middle of this line. Now, I know they were pretty highly ranked by PFF coming into the season. They had a much better 2021 season than they did 2020. They kind of came back to us so far these last 3 games. And Reisner is hurt. Garrett Bowles is probably their best offensive lineman, obviously. But up the middle, they can't be exploited. And that's where we need to come in and get those sacks and provide pressure on Russell Wilson. He still can scramble. Of course, he's not the same player he was before, and it's kind of showing. And I kind of said that they overpaid for him, and it's kind of turning out that way. Hey, Dominique, how you doing? I see you in here as well. Alfonso Ramirez, good to have you here. You're a Broncos fan. That's fine. I'm going to go over what I think the Raiders need to do to win this game. He says Crosby worries me. Oh, obviously, he's one of the top edge rushers in the league. But I think he's going to feast. But I also think guys like Bilal Nichols are going to... I wouldn't surprise me if this guy gets 2 sacks in this game because, like I said, this interior offensive line does not impress me much, to be honest with you. Now, if you are enjoying this, of course, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, especially if you're watching this on the replay. And not only that, you'll be with us on our next one. You'll be notified of our next live stream. And, of course, that's going to happen this Sunday afternoon. It's about 3 p.m. Pacific. That's about halftime. We start at 1:25, the game start. We're going to come in and do about 10 or 15 minutes, talk about these 4 keys of the game. I'm going to give you my good, my bad, my ugly. If you are not new, if you're new here, if you're not, you know the format. We're going to talk about this game and see how the Raiders are doing at the half. And I encourage you to come on out and join us.
And I hear everyone say it, take what they give you. We're going to take what we want.
Now on the offensive side of the ball, it's a little bit different. Of course, this is the strength of the Broncos, obviously. And to be honest with you, this defense reminds me very similar to the Chargers defense, where the strength of the team is the secondary and some of the edge rushing. I don't think they're as strong as the Chargers, but it's a similar kind of format. So if you watch my week 1 game preview, you should know there's going to be some similar keys to the game. And of course, the first one's going to be getting the running game going. I think we can exploit this. DJ Jones is hurt. These guys at the middle, this is the weak point right here, this front 7 in the middle of this offense. And not only that, we want to control the game. I'm not so worried as much as I was with Herbert in that high-powered offense, but still, we need to control the game. That's going to take some pressure off of this offensive line that he's still shuffling around. I think Illuminor will be starting this week. There's some talk earlier it was going to be Munford. McDaniels, I don't know what the hell he's doing. It's really kind of pissing me off. I've talked about this before in the offseason. We should have got some veteran help at the tackle position. We did not, and we're kind of suffering for it right now. We still have money under the cap, so I don't understand what he is doing, to be honest with you. But to take heat off that offensive line and the pass rush, I want to get it to Josh Jacobs. Now, I put a combined goal. As far as the Raiders go, the last 3 games they've ran it 13, 21, and 19 times, respectively, for each game. I want to see at least 25 total attempts at running the ball, and not just Josh Jacobs. I want to see Zamir White in there. I know Brandon Bolton's going to get his because he's a Patriot. He's a favorite. Amir Abdullah. I don't know if Britton Brown's going to get anybody. I'd like to see at least 5 or 6 plus from Zamir White. I want to see us pound this ball. I want to get over 100 rushing yards. Again, this is going to take some heat off. It's also going to get us into more manageable situations if we can run the ball. And I think up the middle is where we need to do it against this Broncos defense. Now, this Broncos defense is very stingy on first down. We cannot be passing the ball like we did against the Chargers because we're going to be in 3rd and 9, 3rd and 10 situations. We're going to be punting the ball. I do not want to see this, Josh McDaniels. It's time to attack their weaknesses. And on this defense, the interior is the weakest part of this defense. Now, my second key to the game, I say Alfonso Ramirez. I'm more worried about Hollins and Adams, but I think that's a 50-50. And it's funny because you mentioned that. That's going to be my second key to the game because I think Adams is going to get his against Surtain. Surtain's great. Adams is outerwardly. He's going to get his. I'm going to say 6 to 10 catches and a touchdown. It's probably going to be used more in the red zone, of course, since we don't have Hunter Renfrow. But I want to look to these two guys. It's not just Mac Hollins. I'm looking for Darren Waller, too. It's time to get some stickum. You dropped a lot of passes. Last week was mainly on you. Let's be honest here. Dropping the pass, causing the interception. The pass dropped at the end of the game, took the hit. That's what you're getting paid for. You got your money. It's time to perform now, Darren. But I'm going to combine these two because Mac Hollins is kind of coming out. He had kind of a coming out day. 8 catches, 158 yards, a touchdown. He was also targeted 11 times. That's one more target than Devontae had. So I want to look at combined goal, 15 targets, 10 receptions, over 100 yards receiving, at least 1 touchdown. Now, they actually did that last week. I want to see more of the same of that. I want to keep this Broncos team honest between running the ball and pounding it up the middle and getting it to these other targets. They won't be able to key in on us. Plus, Randy Gregory still has that knee injury. He's not 100%. I'm not so impressed with Bradley Chubb. I don't think he's going to do anything against Colton Miller. I think Colton Miller's going to take him out easy. I'm worried about Randy Gregory. Even at not 100%, he could do some damage for us. And of course, the blitzing. If they blitz, let's make them pay by throwing it to these alternative targets. So here's my prediction. You guys wanted my prediction. Alfonso, this is my prediction to the game. I think the Raiders are going to win this game 20-16. Like I said, the Broncos are averaging 12 points a game. These games have always been close for several seasons now between these two teams. I think it's going to be kind of an ugly game. The Broncos defense is great. Their offense, not so much. The defense is going to keep them in this game, but I think the Raiders are going to come out on top. They got to have this win more so than anybody else. Let's see what Alfonso says. He says Adams against Surtain. I don't know if Surtain's is going off right now. He shut down DK, and against the 49ers not. Well, who are you going to put? You're going to put Darby on him? I think you put your best guy against their best guy. So I think that's going to be the matchup for most of the time. Let's see. Ernest Rimbeck, hi, I see you in here in YouTube. Say Tayshaun Bowers had 4 sacks in preseason. Why not give him some playing time against the Raiders? Need a pass rush. Now, Ernest, in my defensive matchup, I said I want to see at least 3 sacks. I wouldn't be surprised if Bauer gets in there and gets a sack, to be honest with you, because I think the interior offensive line of the Broncos is their weak point on that offense. And if we can stop the run and keep them held down under 100 yards, which is going to be a tough task. These guys have gotten over 100 yards each and every single game, and that includes against the 49ers that has a very tough run defense. If we can do that, get some pressure up the middle, I really don't see Denver scoring a lot of points. I think 16 points here would be very generous for them. But again, I want to know what you think, especially if you're watching this on the replay. Put your comments below. Yes, I read every comment. Hey, I might throw a monitor down or two, especially with you Bronco fans. Put your comments in the comment section below, and I will get to those right away. And in fact, we're going to go to our question and answer segment right now. I see Alfonso Ramirez on TikTok. He predicts, 18-14 Broncos. Can the Broncos score 18 points? I don't know about that. So I want to ask you guys, Raider Nation, can this season be saved? This is my pathway to save this season, those 4 keys of the game. If we can do those 4 keys of the game, and of course, we can't be turning the ball over like we did against the Chargers 3 times. We got to win here. Again, we got to be careful with this defense. This offense does not scare me whatsoever. They can run the ball, but we've shown that we can slow down that running game, and we need to provide some interior pressure up the middle. I want to, like I said, Bowers, like Ernest said, I want to see Bowers in there. I want to see Bilal Nichols up in there and getting some sacks against Russell Wilson. Let's see. So I want to see your predictions. I also put a voting. I put a little question that you can vote on in YouTube, and I said, what's the biggest threat on the Broncos? I said, is it Russell Wilson? Is it the running game? Is it their pass coverage or their pass rush? And so far, Russell Wilson is overwhelmingly winning right now. I would have to I would have to wholeheartedly disagree with that. I would say it's either their running game or their pass coverage. Russell Wilson has not looked very good. I thought he was going to come out and ball against his old team, the Seahawks. I think they actually even booed him. They were in Seattle. They booed him when he came out. I thought that was going to light a fire in him. They didn't really do much, to be honest with you. Like I said, this team's averaging 12 points a game. This offense doesn't scare me. We can't be making those mistakes, though. We can't be dropping passes, popping them off our hands. Those are going to be interceptions against these guys, no doubt in my mind. And we need to stop their running game. We do that. This game's ours, no problem. Alfonso Ramirez says, history might repeat like when Manning went off in Game 4 when he was signed, but who knows? To me, I don't see this game as a shootout. I think it's going to be another gutty game. It's going to be a close game like they have in the past, 2 or 3 seasons. You know, I think we've won like the last 4, I believe. But different players, different coaches. I don't take that into account, but this is a rivalry game. It's going to be tough. I mean, if the Raiders don't show up here, they're never going to show up. I mean, let's be honest here. They're 0-3. I mean, what does it take to get this team going? That would be the question I have, to be honest with you. Let's see. I'm still having problems with YouTube. Let's see. Anybody on YouTube respond? Oh, YouTube sucks so hard. It's not even funny. It's a joke. I'm going to end the stream and then come back on. Hopefully that works. TikTok, no problem, of course. Oh, I see somebody. George Gagosian. Play Malcolm Kuntz. He's going to play. I mean, who else is going to be rushing on that second line, second tier? So I don't know if Kuntz is ready, honestly, to stop the run. That's going to be the problem. I want to see Kuntz on third down, passing downs. Pull Chandler Jones. He's not doing much of anything, but I think he'd be playing better against the run than Kuntz would. So keep him in there first and second down. Third and long, put Malcolm Kuntz in there with Crosby. Like I said, put Bowers in there. I think I like that idea with Ernest. Put Tashawn Bowers in there. He's going to just make some disruptions on that interior line. Alfonso says if your guys' offensive line gave Carr more time, no lie, they would be good. Yes and no. Carr played very well, a lot better. Probably his best game of the year last week against Tennessee, but still some inaccuracies that he had the first 2 weeks. Of course, we need a better offensive line. I'm not so sure what we're doing here as far as the offensive tackle position. I've been pounding the table to get some veteran help in here. Didn't happen. What did we draft? We drafted there Munford in the 7th round. Parham, our first pick in the 3rd round, isn't even starting. And then we moved up in the 4th round to get Zamir White. It hasn't been used in the game so far. I don't know what's happening. A lot of people say, well, that's the Patriot way. They feel out the first few weeks of the season. They like to shuffle around and move stuff around. Honestly, we don't have time for that. We're 0-3. No more time for bullshit. McDaniels, get your head out of your ass. Call a good game. And run the ball. Like I said, run the ball 25 times. Run it up the middle. Pound this team. Josh Jacobs is healthy. He was ill last week. Still did pretty well. It's going to be full strength. Pound the hell out of him with them. He's going to get 4 or 5 yards per carry. You're going to be in third manageable. You start throwing the ball early like you did against the Chargers. We're going to be punting early, and then they're going to get the field position, and we're going to have to play catch up. Don't do that. Don't do that again. All right. Let's see. Hey, Sandy, how is the YouTube feed? Because I'm getting some off and on messages as far as that goes. TikTok has been fine. I'm using the same internet connection. I think YouTube sucks, not just tonight, but pretty much in general. They don't promote my channel. About tired of them anyway. But put in the comments in the YouTube side. It looks like I'm having issues. It's kind of stopping and starting and all this other bullshit. So, Yes, Sandy, hit that like button if you are enjoying this. And subscribe, absolutely free if you're enjoying this. Again, Alfonso, I invite you to come here at halftime, 3 o'clock Pacific time. I don't know if you're in Denver. That would be, 4 o'clock Mountain time. Come here at halftime. You can laugh or you can cry, depending on how your team's doing. And then we'll be back on Monday night to go over the full game review, and I'll give my grades out. We're going to have a lot of fun with that. So I invite you to come out as well, Alfonso. And Alfonso says Chiefs versus Bucks. The Bucks aren't doing so well. I mean, they're very similar right now. They're playing very similar to the Denver Broncos. Very well on defense, not so much on offense. I'd be very interested to see the Chiefs after they lost. Are they going to lose another game? I don't know. I don't think so, but you never know. You know, a lot of people are saying it's going to be like the Super Bowl. It's really not going to be. It's really not like the Super Bowl because the Chiefs' offensive line is 1,000% better than it was in that Super Bowl against Tampa. It is what it is. I'd probably pick KC with that. I don't think. Yes, sir. Hello from Colorado. So 4 o'clock Mountain Time for you, Alfonso. Come on out and join us. Have some fun. Like I said, we have some KC fans. We have KC Hefe coming in here. Another Chiefs fan likes to come in here and give us some crap. You're welcome to come in here as well at halftime. And, of course, Monday at 6 o'clock Pacific, 7 Mountain Time, we will do the full game review, and I'll give my grades not only for the keys to the game, but also overall with the offense and defense. Had a hard time signing in, was difficult. No notification, says Sandy B and YouTube. No notification. TikTok, I was notified. Okay. But yeah, this is what I'm talking about with YouTube. They continually like to mess with my channel. It's growing at a snail's pace, if you can call that. TikTok's at least giving me a chance. They did not. It's funny because they did not give me a stream key today, TikTok, but they did give me a subscription option. So you can subscribe to the channel, I guess, pay monthly or something. I don't know. I haven't signed up for it yet. I thought it was for the stream key, and I was going to go, hallelujah, thank you, because right now, you guys on TikTok, I'm doing this on my tablet, on my iPad, and then here is my laptop that you can see right here. Those on YouTube side can't see that. It's a lot cleaner. It'll be a lot better. I need something what they call a stream key to actually connect to my TikTok account to my laptop to go live on it. They don't give those out like YouTube does. And I'm hoping I keep doing more and more live streams. They say you keep doing live streams, they'll give you one. So that's where we stand with that. So Gracie got you 2K. I appreciate that, Gracie. Actually, I see 2.3 likes, 2.3K likes on TikTok. Thanks for every one of those. I got 10 likes on YouTube, even though the stream looks like it's choppy because YouTube sucks. What else can I say? I'm tired of YouTube. Promote my channel or go piss off, one of the two. TikTok's been a lot better to me, to be honest with you, than YouTube. Yes, Gracie got me 2K, but the problem is I can't get Jack on YouTube because they keep messing with my stream. I see nobody in here right now on YouTube. They're not notifying my subscribers. Basically, they suck ass. They're trash. They're trash, but they're the best game in town. I wish Rumble would get its act together and actually challenge them. I would love to go to another platform. YouTube stinks. They're garbage and they're trash. We got you, Raider. Okay. You want to know how I really feel about YouTube? I'll let you know. So anyway, if you have any questions, put them. Yes, we love the Raider Champion channel. You guys do. Unfortunately, YouTube does not. I didn't feel so bad not being able to live stream last week, to be honest with you, because I know they're giving me a lot of trouble. But I did miss you guys. Unfortunately, I probably would have had a nice, good rant, probably on Darren Waller and Josh McDaniels for last week because, for what happened in that game against Tennessee. Totally winnable, got behind, bad game plan, tried to make it up. It was kind of the opposite of the Arizona game where we got ahead and then blew it. But you can't do that. I mean, Tennessee was number 1 seed last year. Not to say they're a great team. I thought the Colts would win the division this year. I talked about that in the offseason. But still, they're a pretty good team. You can't be making mistakes against good teams like this, okay? Chargers should have been in the playoffs last year. Their coach screwed it up. Arizona was in the playoffs. Tennessee, number 1 seed. And now we got Denver, who finally got a quarterback after 50 years since Peyton Manning retired. And then we get the Chiefs on Monday night in Arrowhead. I mean, and then we want to buy. That's a hell of a murderer's row. That's a gauntlet right there. And it's going to be tough for us. And we can't blow games we should have won. We should at least be 2-1, if not 3-0 right now. And it's frustrating. I know Raider Nation's frustrated. I'm frustrated. And the only ones who aren't frustrated are all the haters. They're loving every minute of this. So let's see. We'll follow you anywhere, Raider. I appreciate that. Sandy, hey, Dominique, if you guys have any more questions, put them out. Again, we normally go about an hour on these previews and reviews. Like I said, if you are enjoying this, especially if you're watching this on the repeat, why not subscribe if you're enjoying this? Like it. So hopefully maybe YouTube will promote it. But like it, subscribe, and then that way you'll be hopefully notified of my next live stream. TikTok's actually better at doing that. It is what it is. And actually you can get monetization now. So, I'm waiting for my stream key. I'm kind of tired of doing this. See, now my view kind of got messed up. So I'm going to show the TikTokers. This is the bullshit I got to deal with here on the YouTube side. Error. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Yeah, that's not my side. You guys suck ass. You guys are trash. And it's bad enough you don't promote my channel. You got to pull this on me. So Sandy B says, what do you think we need to do in the next game? Well, those 4 keys, right? So bottom line is we need to run the ball. And we need to stop them from running the ball. And I didn't mention it. I could have talked about the third down conversions. I'm big on third down conversions. Last week we were 1 for 12. Absolutely pathetic. We were sad in the second. I think 1 for 5 in the second half of the Arizona game. So you could look at that and say 6 quarters plus the overtime, like 2 for 17. Absolutely pathetic. And this Denver, like I said, this Denver Broncos team, they're one of the best on first down. So what do you do to counteract that? You run the ball and you run it up the gut. That's their weak spot. Run it at Randy Gregory too, because he's not at 100%. He's more of a pass rusher. People can prove me wrong. Bradley Chubb does not scare me, to be honest with you, especially against Colton Miller. Colton Miller's going to be able to handle him, no problem. Run it up the gut. Get 3, 4, 5, 6 yards a carry with Josh Jacobs, and hurt them early. Get them tired out early, and then throw a play action in there. Maybe catch them off guard. Somebody's open. You get an easy touchdown. Break their back. Make it easy for the defense for once. Offense, do something. Got all this high powered on this side. When are we going to see it? Sandy B says, I got TikTok notified, not YouTube. Of course. Let's see. I see My Life DIY. It says go live together. I see. Thank you for the. I got a hamburger, fries, and a soda. I think I got a Happy Meal. Thank you, My Life. I appreciate that. On the TikTok side, you can give gifts. Again, like I said, I got on my TikTok today. I got excited. They said, we're inviting you for subscription. I'm thinking, oh, they're going to give me my stream key right now. Oh, thank goodness. I can actually finally do it instead of being on this ghetto thing. Nope. It's just some subscription service where, you guys can subscribe to the channel because you follow on TikTok. It's like some kind of paid thing, like $1 a month or some nonsense. I don't know. I would have to give you more content. I'm not going to ask you to give me $1 a month for nothing. So I'll look into it, but I really wanted the stream key. I kind of got disappointed with it. So hopefully they say the more you live stream on TikTok, then they'll give it to you. So that's what I'm doing here. I got to play the game. Dominique says, Champ, what's your thoughts on Orlovsky's clips and calling out Carr? It's funny you should say that because I did make a comment on the I did make a comment on that actual, I think it's the actual ESPN video of that on YouTube. And I said, I thought it was kind of funny that the guy who doesn't know where the end line is talking about Derek Carr's vision. I mean, the guy ran out of the back of the end zone trying to throw the ball because he's a retard. He's an idiot. And he's talking about Derek Carr not seeing the field. Now, Derek Carr does have some issues with that. I will give him that. But at times, I don't think that was the big problem last week. The big problem is you got to hang on to the ball. We had too many drops in this game. I'm not going to levy this one. In the game plan, we fell behind early, and I don't know. This Chandler Jones is, how can I say it? Big mistake. I don't know what's going on with this guy. He supposedly works real hard and all this. Where's it on the field? I haven't seen it. How many sacks does this guy have again? Yeah, it's right there. He's got a nada. He's got a goose egg. He hasn't done jack on this team. And we paid him all that money? I mean, I'm not saying Unique Ngakoue was good, but, I mean, he would probably be doing better than Chandler Jones right now. And the defense in general has been kind of iffy, to be honest with you, the last about game and a half. Now, I know they were on the field a hell of a lot in that second half against Arizona, but I don't want to say with the Tennessee game, we finally did a little bit better in the second half on the defensive side, but it's kind of too little too late. Again, I would like to have seen a little bit more out of the offense. It still seems like we're kind of in preseason mode, and it kind of upsets me because we should have had some playing time with the starters in the preseason. Josh McDaniels decided against it, and it's been kind of biting us. It's been biting us the whole time. So let's see. Sandy B says, what's frustrating is the last couple of games were doable. Yeah, they absolutely were. Dominique says, Champ, are you leaving YouTube? I don't know. I think YouTube's leaving me. I mean, my subs aren't getting notified of my live streams. I'm having problems right now with my connection on YouTube. I'm using the same internet on my TikTok. No problems here. Hasn't had any problems here. Having problems on YouTube, of course. And, of course, my laptop where I'm doing the YouTube, it's a wired connection. This is wireless on the tablet. So, if anything... Oh. Oh. Oh, I just got suspended from TikTok for hateful behavior. Because I said Chandler Jones sucks. Oh, ridiculous. Anyway, I am off of TikTok now. Yeah, that's what happened. So, apparently you can't say somebody sucks on TikTok. You can show your booty and your boobs almost to the nipple. You can dance around and twerk and all that. That's okay though. You say somebody sucks, you say they played like crap. I'm offended. I'm woke. I'm scared. Don't hurt me. Put me in my safe spot. Oh, 0-3. What am I supposed to? I'm supposed to be happy about 0-3? Come on. Says I was discontinued. Yes. Yes. The live stream has been suspended because I said I was being hateful. It said I was being hateful. And it says I am... Let's see. I'm looking right now. It says I am currently suspended for a week for being hateful on TikTok. What the hell's going on? I don't know. You can't say things. You can't say things. They get mad. They get upset. That's the way it is. This is the free speech we have here in the United States, right? Land of the free. There's no free speech. It's all a bunch of nonsense. You got to... If you don't say what they want to hear, then you get, that's how it works. So, can't even complain about the Raiders on here. about my own team, I can't even complain about them. It's ridiculous. So anyway, it is what it is. We're at 40 after. You guys have any other comments? We can take those. I don't think YouTube will take me down because they're already kind of taking me down. I'm seeing more issues here. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Oh. So anyway. So I think we're going to call this one right now, guys. If you have any, I hear all kinds of stuff with F-bombs and all. Yeah, you go on TikTok. I mean, you can't show dollar signs. You can't be hateful, but you can show your boobs and butt and drop F-bombs, and you can do whatever you want. So again, I think this stream's kind of getting cut off because YouTube stinks. I'm surprised they don't cut me off for complaining about them and their crappy connections. So let's see. You guys have any other things you want to talk about before we go? And again, we'll be on live halftime. Unfortunately, I did appeal on the TikTok. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes you get banned from your account for no reason too from there. So we will, if I'm back on TikTok, I'll be live on TikTok as well on Sunday, roughly about 3:00 Pacific. That'll be about halftime. Game starts at 1:25 Pacific time. It's about an hour and a half, depending on the length of the game, how quickly the game goes. If there's a lot of punting, it's going to be longer. If they run the ball a lot and are successful at it, they'll run more clock. It'll be sooner. So just keep your eye out. Come on at halftime. I'll probably either be very happy or very upset, of course, depending on how the Raiders are doing. My life says, what was the message on TikTok? The reason why. It said hateful speech. I was calling Chandler Jones names. Guy who plays for the Raiders, and I think that got hit. So, so anyway, discontinued. I don't even know if you can hear me right now on YouTube because it's saying I don't have enough video, so it's probably cutting out. I don't know what's going on with it. You guys want to come on? I have 3 viewers. It says on YouTube right now, and 2. Those are YouTube. Gracie says, "Go Raiders." Well, I thank you. I would hope they go and run the ball and win the game. That's what I hope. I will be on at 8:00 on my other channel for a little special edition Boom Boom. For those of you who are subscribed to Games People Play, I believe that account's still open on TikTok. This is the Raider account, so let's hope that we don't go for a twofer tonight. Who knows? I did line out some of the naughty dollar signs, so we should be okay. Hear you fine, you sound fine. Yeah, they're saying it's an error, not enough video. I think YouTube's messed up right now. The TikTok feed was just fine. I've had issues with internet before where both have gone out. This isn't the case. YouTube, I don't know. I just want them to promote my stuff. I want them to notify my subs. Again, if you are liking this and somehow you're watching this, I'm going to watch some of the live stream after this is over. Once it comes back up, I want to see if it's actually skipping on the video or not. How the feed actually looks, because it looks like it's skipping here. But if you are enjoying this, of course, like, share, subscribe, all that stuff. Hopefully you get notified of for Sunday afternoon, 3 p.m. Pacific, roughly, halftime. And then we'll go on Monday at 6:00 Pacific to do a full game review. Let's see. Not true, more than 2, obviously. Yeah, I'm just saying we might have a 2 for 2 tonight. 8 o'clock, I have another channel. For those of you who are on the YouTube still, I do different content. I've gotten booted off that TikTok channel for nonsense as well. I got banned. And it was like banned for a week. And hallelujah, they let me have my channel back. And they said I was doing sexual stuff on there. And I was like wearing a sport coat, like a suit sport coat, and playing a game. So I don't know where that came from. A bunch of nonsense. So let's see. They lie with numbers. Yeah, they do. TikTok is CorpTube. It's not, or YouTube is CorpTube. It's not for the independent people anymore. It's for ESPN and Fox Sports and NBC Sports and Amazon Prime now, of course. They're the Thursday night game. So, all right, you guys have anything else? I'm going to close this one out. Thank you for coming out. 10 o'clock. Yeah, 10 o'clock your time. I'll be on the GPP channel, Sandy. We'll do some interstate. We're going to have a I-5 showdown. I put that on my TikTok. So it'll be very interesting again. I don't think I'm going to do the black light. It doesn't work so good with the scratchers. Yeah, today. And I wasn't misbehaving. Yes, tonight, 10 o'clock. If you want to come. We'll see what happens during the I-5 showdown. So anyway, we're going to talk about the I-15 to 70 showdown. This is the Denver, Las Vegas. I know you can take the 15 to the 70 and go into Denver. So it's not quite the same, But anyway, thanks for coming out. I better get while the getting's good at this point. And I will, if you guys come to my Games People Play channel on TikTok at 8 o'clock in about an hour, you'll see some different content, but you will be entertained. All right. Thanks for coming out, guys. I appreciate all the support of all of you. And we'll see you Sunday afternoon at halftime. And, of course, go Raiders.
Ask you something. With all the distractions that you have off the field, how are you able to keep focused on winning football games as you do and do throughout the years?
When you have great coaches, then after you have great coaches, you get great players. You have a great organization, and you tell them one thing: just win, baby.